how, and welcome to the Spaghetti Talk About It podcast. I'm Tito Jones, and if you're listening from Hong Kong, welcome.
Hello guys, welcome back to the back to school shiny summer special episode of Let's Spaghetti Talk About It. I'm here with my two guests, Alexander Ian Hay and Thomas Drew.
Hello.
Howdy.
Great to be here on the shiny back to school summer special. It's going to be a big episode, a lot of big things happening, and yeah, can't wait to get into it.
It's going to be exciting.
Okay, so everyone, this is the part of the show where two of my best friends who have never met, never spoken, and dare I say, didn't even know each other existed until very recently, go head to head in a battle of the wits. The topic? iCarly trivia. So, Alex, you're joining us on the show today. You've been watching iCarly avariciously for the past 2 days, correct?
Correct.
And have you enjoyed that?
It's been a long struggle uphill. But I feel like the knowledge I've gained will help me. Probably not, because I think I fell asleep around about the 3 episodes in, and I woke up about season 4.
Because you said to me the other day, the whole reason we're doing this was that you've seen every episode of the OG series 5 times at least, and now I'm getting that you haven't.
See, I have, but I forgot to tell you I did that 5 or so years ago.
That's fair enough. Well, you know what? I've got a few questions that, apply maybe to some of your other interests, just in case. Tom, how are you feeling about this today?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling, as I always do, I feel a bit riled up, so I think that energy is going to carry over into my answers. I've just got off the phone with the CEO of Game Freak, who produced the Pokemon games. They're sending over copies of the remakes of Diamond and Pearl Pokemon games, so yeah, feeling good mood, feeling good spirits, and hopefully that's going to carry me through to win this game.
Wait, is that the prize for today's quiz?
Yeah, it's a copy of either Pokemon Brilliant Diamond or Pokemon Shining Pearl from the Nintendo Switch, which is actually a predecessor to the Nintendo DS. I'm not sure if
Which hasn't come out.
Yeah, I think we mentioned that on the previous episode. We're going to do a bit of a demo for that at some point, I think. Yeah, something to look forward to.
Alex, are you excited for the DS?
I'm very excited for the DS. I'm an avid gamer,
Big gamer. Well, I'll also, in addition to those exciting video game titles, I'm willing to throw in 100% of the net profits of this podcast thus far.
100%. Wow.
Oh my god. But
yeah.
I think you failed to mention that you will be converting those net profits into Fortnite V-Bucks, and that's the only way we'll be able to redeem the prize money. I think you forgot to mention that.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you've mentioned that, because as we all know, there are a few leaks coming out that the next skin in the game is, of course, the Spencer Shea skin. And if you use our code, you get some V-Bucks off that. So a lot of exciting stuff, guys. I guess we should just get into the trivia.
Right, let's do this.
All right, guys. Let's start off with an easy question, but a fun one nonetheless. Question 1. Ryan Gosling was famously in the movie First Man. Which First Lady starred in iCarly?
This is a tough one. We'll go lock in my answer right now, and let's see if I'm right about this.
It's a very interesting one, Tom.
I think I'm on something.
Okay, well, Tom, he chimed in with Ivanka Trump,
Yep.
which, as we all know, was, I believe, the 45th president's daughter, so that doesn't quite count.
Oh my fucking god, I'm such an idiot. Are you serious?
But all hope's not lost yet, because Alex's answer was Obaram's wife. Who is that? Who is Obama?
The very famous President Obaram, the 46th?
Was that the president before FDR?
No, before JFK.
Oh.
Before JFK, okay, so...
Are you thinking of like the 60s/70s iCarly predecessor, the original show?
Yeah, was that the one with, I think Farrah Fawcett and Bill Bixby as Freddie Benson?
And Fred Astaire was playing Spencer.
Yeah. Wait, Alex, is that what you've been watching?
Yeah, is that not the one I've meant to watch?
Oh no!
Oh.
That's fair enough. Okay, well, I guess, I don't know, I think that's a tie. I think you both get a point for that, because you both are along the right lines.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
I'll take a point.
Yeah.
Are we keeping track of our own score, or are you to keep track of it?
Yeah, you guys can keep track.
Okay.
Just save me a job.
There we go.
So what was
Okay, wait, actually, I don't know if I trust Alex to keep tally of his own.
I'm already on 43 points, so...
Oh my god.
Jesus.
What was the correct answer on that?
The correct answer was actually Michelle Obama.
Oh god.
Yeah, if you guys will recall, that was the classic picture of Dan Schneider and Michelle in a sweet embrace. I think maybe they went to high school together or something, so, you know, that's why he's allowed to invade her personal space to such a degree, but
Yeah.
we all recall that. Okay, question 2. What is Sam Puckett's mother's name?
Ooh. I actually do know this. This is a bit of a deep cut.
I'm going to have to go with that one. I think I'm 90% confident with this answer.
Okay. Alright, I guess Tom takes this point with the correct answer of Pam.
Yeah, a bit of a obscure one, for sure.
Yeah.
So it's not Yvonne.
It's not Yvonne, as Alex put.
Oh, damn it.
I think that was the proto name in the original script that Dan wanted to use, but he opted to change it to Pam because it rhymes with Sam, obviously. But Yvonne was definitely in the running, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. And again, perhaps was Yvonne was that one of the characters in the 1970s version?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was. Yeah. Because I watched the wrong one.
That was all about radio, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, radio show.
In that one, they were like, it was kind of the lead up to talkies, because it was like made in the 60s, 70s, but it was like set in the 30s. So they were making the transition to talkies and stuff. So it was pretty
Okay.
Revolutionary.
It inspired such films as Radio Rebel. Do you remember that Disney film?
Oh yeah, I do.
It
Yeah.
inspired that film. That's loosely based off this one. So that's another one of my favourite films. That Radio Rebel.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, Alex, we've never met, we've never talked before this point, but I'm in a complete agreement. It's a bit of a running joke that I'm a bit of a Debbie Ryan stan. Yeah, it's a great performance from her, and it's a great kind of co-existing film in this like wider iCarly universe.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I'm tearing up. My boys are bonding. This is too much. All right, moving on. Question 3. How many episodes of iCarly exist of the original series? Of course, the 1970s. Closest answer wins.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, I have to think about this. I'm gonna have to get my calculator out.
Very interesting, Alex.
I'm gonna go with this.
Alex, he chimed in with 3.5. Now, when you said 3.5, is that just the episodes you've seen, or?
Well, everyone knows about the long lost episode, right? Everyone's heard of the long lost episode, so that's why it's 3.5, because technically it was made but never aired.
Do you want to tell us more about that, or?
This is the old 1930s based one where Sam ends up running off to Korea.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just trying to imagine that. I've never even heard of that until now. I mean, of course, we had them visiting Asia in the 2007 series when they went to Japan.
Yeah.
Obviously, Japan and Korea are very different countries, but I can imagine perhaps a bit of was the original series a bit more of a globetrotter kind of thing?
Yeah, they only released like an episode once a year around Christmas time. It's like a Christmas special.
Also, it's like Sherlock.
Yes, like Sherlock. Everyone used to sit around the fire with the radio on and listen to it every year instead of the Queen's Speech. That's certainly in my house anyway.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it's kind of crazy because iCarly was a British production before it made its way over to the States, much like a lot of shows like The Office, for example. Originally a British show, went over to the US. The IT Crowd didn't get picked up, but that almost became a US show. But iCarly really pioneered it. Yeah, started that whole thing.
Yep, it started off over here.
Oh, yeah, because there were the original British radio serials back in the 30s, which were then adapted into the American primetime sitcom Carla, which was based, of course, on the radio series Lady Carla, and then that of course starred Farrah Fawcett, Bill Bixby, and Fred Astaire, and now we have the 2007 iteration, and again we have the 2021 version, which we're all talking about these days, which is the first version to feature the same cast from a prior version. So I would like to see, obviously, I think all three of the actors from the 70s version are all sadly not with us, so that I guess rules out any reunion there. Okay, moving on. Tom actually got that right, sorry. Well, he didn't get it right, but he got the closest there with 78 episodes. The correct answer is 97.
Oh, damn.
Ooh.
So close.
Okay, bit off.
This one shocked me. Kind of makes a lot of sense when you think about it, when you get the answer to this. Question number 4. What is Gibby's real name? Okay, both good guesses. We have Alex has Charles Alexander Gibson.
Oh,
which
that is good.
Again, that's based on his counterpart from the radio serials, so that lines up. Tom, you've gone with Gilberto, which is more of a Latin spin on the name.
Yeah.
I'm afraid the answer is Orenthal Gibson. I don't know exactly how to pronounce that.
Orenthal. Oh my god. I'm gonna fact check this because I'm.
Oh come on, mate! I've done my research.
I agree.
Oh my god, it is.
Is it?
Isn't that OJ's name?
Yeah. If you put Orenthal or Orenthal, literally it just comes up with the juice.
Oh no! Why is Gibby named
killed
after
his wife?
That's why he's not back in the reboot. That's what happened. It's awful.
That makes sense, I guess. You know, he was always proficient in dribbling and shooting, so. Oh no, OJ was a football player, wasn't he? He wasn't a basketballer.
Oh, you goddamn. I mean, I didn't correct you, to be fair, so I mean, I can't really criticize you for that.
Okay, well, I'm sorry, guys. Like, I know I said I would give maybe a point to one that I liked, but unfortunately, no cigar there. Little trivia break here. I thought I found this little piece on IMDb, and I thought you guys might be interested in it, but I was mostly just struck by the tone. Now, it says, Season 3 episode, I Won't Cancel the Show, is the only episode Jeanette McCurdy was absent in. Her excuse for being absent was for being hospitalized due to a high fever. Again, that wording there is already troubling. Her excuse, suggesting that they don't believe Jeanette. The original script of the episode consisted of Freddie visiting Sam in jail, giving her an appearance. With such a meager amount of time for discovering her illness, the writers erased that scene and improvised for something else to include. So whoever wrote this is either a very bitter staff writer, you know, just them being like, she didn't give... It's like, you know, when I worked at the co-op and I'd call in like 20 minutes because I couldn't be asked. That's kind of like what they're saying here, really.
Yeah, that's quite troubling, and I think that's probably something that contributed to Jeanette not returning for the revival series, because if you're not being... I mean, obviously it's the fan kind of projecting that they don't believe Jeanette, but in some ways, like, perhaps the production crew were a bit skeptical on Jeanette's reasoning, even though we don't know her personally, but I'm sure she was telling the truth, right? I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, that kind of atmosphere, it's going to get to you eventually.
For sure. Alex, have you ever called in sick to work at the last minute?
Actually, I think that's one thing I've never done.
Really?
I think I've never called in sick. I'm a hard worker, what can I say?
Round of applause for Alex there, guys.
Never called in sick.
Amazing.
I'm a true warrior.
True patriot. Okay, episode 5. Question 5. What am I like, guys? Question 5. What is a lot of the technology in the show either in the shape of or featuring?
Ooh, I think this is one I actually know.
I think I know this one, but I'm gonna go to the limb, a bit of a wild card answer, I think.
Okay. Alex, he's hit us with the pear, the fruit we all know and love, kind of hourglass shaped fruit. And Tom, he's had to kind of lower the tone of this episode and bring us down to his depraved level, and he's gone with feet.
Just trying to be funny.
Well, you got a chuckle out of me, okay, so doesn't get the point, sadly, but Alex, he snags a point there.
Yes, so proud.
Studied hard, though.
I did all this
I
studying.
always wanted one of those pair phones.
It's a fun design, Okay, number 6. I don't know if this question makes sense, but I'll give it my best. Carly, Sam, Freddy, and Gibby all have one parent that appears on the show. State which type of parent for each character.
State which kind of parent?
Yeah.
Could you repeat the characters?
Carly, Sam, Freddy, and Gibby.
Okay. That appear on the show? Or just that they exist?
Yeah, exist or appear.
Okay.
I'm going to have to go with that one. It's a 50-50 chance here.
Okay, alright. Respect it.
Locked in.
So Alex, he just put father in what looks to be an almost Somerset type accent. Farther. So that's interesting. Alex, I'll give you 0.3 for that answer, okay?
0.3 for the word father.
Yeah, I'm being generous. Tom gets it. Hole in one. Carly father, Sam mother, Freddy mother, Gibby mother.
Oh, I think I misunderstood the question.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it was hard to sort of figure out how to word that.
So I think because of your bad wording, I should get the full point.
Well, that's why I'm being nice and giving you 0.3.
I'm going to stand firm in either no points or full point.
Well, I'm actually in control of this, so you are vetoed there. Moving on to number 7, I think. Which of the main characters were in every episode of the show?
Ooh, this is a tough one. I'm gonna say... Oh, shit.
Disqualified, mate.
That's gonna bite me in the ass, I can already tell.
Okay, so Tom's put Karki and Freddy. Which I think he means Carly. Alex has gone for a very interesting one here. Carly, Carly's brother, and Freddy. So this is the iCarly expert, everyone, has just put Carly's brother, but I think you'll know who he means.
I may or may not have forgotten his name.
When he said Kai's brother, I was trying to think, does she have another brother, off screen?
Yeah, this is the one that Terry Traynor played in one episode.
Well, in the original serial, she actually does have 2 brothers. That was the thing.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. Died in the Great War. Okay.
Only ever referred to as Carly's brother as well.
Yeah. I'm going to give you that one, Alex. I'm going to give you that one. And I'm afraid I can't give it to you, Tom, because the answer was Carly, Freddy, and Spencer.
Fuck.
That's his name.
Although, actually, Alex, I'm tempted to give you 0.7 of a point there.
What's with the points? I don't want a point of a point. I just want a point.
It's because you're not quite hitting the mark.
I think I did. Is Spencer not Carly's brother?
Alright, okay, you're on 3.3, mate. Alright?
Oh, yes.
Okay, we're mixing things up a little bit here now with our next question, which is just for Tom.
Oh my god.
I hope he can handle the heat here. Alex once briefly dated one of these Hollywood actresses' body doubles. Okay? Was it A, Emma Watson, B, Margot Robbie, C, Tina Fey, or D, Daisy Ridley?
Oh my god.
And you can just think out loud here with this one.
Yeah, I mean, just going through them. Emma Watson was the first one, did you say?
Yeah.
So, I mean, she's a British actress, obviously, so there's, that connection straight off the bat. Margot Robbie is obviously Australian, so, a bit of UK connection, so, but not so much. Who's Tina Fey? Right, was the third one.
Yeah,
I'm gonna write that one off because she's an American actress. So why would she be? It just doesn't connect for me. Daisy Ridley, obviously, I think that's the one that's throwing me off because, as many people know, I have a great affection for Daisy Ridley, great respect for Daisy Ridley, and although she is UK based, I don't think that. I think that's just a trick answer that he wants me to go for.
Okay.
So,
I'm baiting him.
I'm going to have to lock in Emma Watson on this one, I think.
Okay, Alex, do you want to add anything here?
I mean, I'm going to add the fact that he's so close, but not quite there.
Not quite there. Good thought process. Good thought process. Although I did think that you'd entertain Tina Fey a little bit more, because I think, just on paper, Tina Fey and Alex could make a good couple.
I agree. I hope Tina Fey is listening.
Especially someone who looks like Tina Fey, who isn't actually Tina Fey.
Just for the half an hour that we've been speaking, I can see it. I can tell already.
Well, the answer is, Alex was saying?
Margot Robbie.
Whoa. That's mental.
She was the body double in the film Tarzan.
Oh my god.
The David Yates directed Tarzan that nobody saw.
A bit of inside knowledge. Apparently, Henry Cavill Is that his name? Henry Cavill?
No, he wasn't in that.
Who was the male actor?
Or maybe he was. I don't know.
I swear
It was one of the Skarsgårds, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. He played Tarzan, didn't
I
he?
swear it was Henry. Whatever his name is. Henry Cavill? Harry Cavill? What is his name? Gonna bug me.
Harry Kane?
Yes, it's Harry Kane.
No, I think it was Alexander Skarsgård played Tarzan in that. But maybe Henry Cavill played the Heavy in the film.
Possibly.
Yeah, okay, apparently Alexander Skarsgård's a very nice man.
There you go!
Oh, that's lovely. Well, that's amazing.
Yeah, he is
Yeah, Spaghetti Taco exclusive.
yeah, he's a very nice man.
Alex, this next one, it's for you.
Okay.
This is just we're going off the beaten track here a little bit. In Stargate Atlantis, Ronan Dex was played by which actor?
Ronan Dex.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go with Jason Momoa.
Ooh, he takes state, and now Alex is in the lead.
Bloody
Get
hell.
him.
Bloody hell.
Stargate Atlantis has never let me down.
He studied for the quiz, and my God, he's got results. Tom, I'm a bit disappointed.
I heard I heard you utter Stargate, and I instantly started shaking. I already knew I was in trouble. I'm laying myself down. I've got to pick myself back up. It's a disgrace.
I think you can get there. Okay, getting back to iCarly, because this is, of course, an iCarly trivia quiz, although you might not know it. Which of the main characters was offered their own failed spin-off?
Ooh, a lot of options here. A lot of options. I'm gonna say this character. I think they deserve it.
So Alex put Sam, and then put, I believe that was called Islam, but I think he meant to say I Sam.
Autocorrect is not my friend today.
Yeah. Tom went with Lubert. I'm sorry, guys, but the correct answer there was Gibby with an exclamation mark.
Oh my god.
Oh.
I actually have heard of that now that you say that. Why didn't that go through? I mean, surely that's a surefire idea. What the hell?
No, I think both of them, maybe... Well, it's hard. When you've got such a bevy of strong characters like iCarly, the iCarly Rogues Gallery, etc., like, it's going to be tough to pick one to go to series. I guess Gibby won that battle, but then, well, he didn't really, because it got cancelled after one episode and no one's ever seen it. Yeah, but if anyone's listening, ever worked on the show, or the Gibby pilot specifically, write us an email. We'd like to know what that was all about. Maybe see some promotional stills. Question... I've lost count here. What was the first ever episode called? And I just want to specify here, I'm not talking about the serials or the 70s thing. I'm talking about the real iCarly, the one that we all know and love.
Okay. So what was the name of the pilot? Is the
Yeah.
question? Okay.
Yeah, it should be easy, guys.
I'm going to have to go with this one if I can spell it.
Ooh! Yes, I like it, guys. I like it. You both got that one right. It was, of course, iPilot.
Yes.
Bangarang. Yes.
Of course, the tradition of calling the original episode of a series a pilot, which you would know because I was just talking about that with Gibby. Okay, moving on.
You really shot yourself in the foot.
What kind of socks does Spencer have?
Ooh.
I'm going to go with a wild card on this one.
Ooh.
Okay.
I'm going to throw this one out there.
Ooh, that is quite wild. Yeah, well, Alex has put no socks because Carly's brother, in inverted commas there, strike you as a man that would go commando down there.
He does, yeah. So I'm going to go with no socks. I feel like it's a trick question.
I feel like that also does give Alex some credit here. That kind of does make sense with what we know about iCarly. I mean, the whole penchant for feet, that kind of thing. If you had Carly's brother just waltz in and make a big thing about that, I mean, that's the beginning of any episode, surely.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, they're always ready to whip off their shoes. So, yeah. And show their feet. So, like, it makes sense that Spencer wouldn't wear any socks.
Unsheath the trotters, if you will. Tom, he's gone with light up socks, and he gets the point. Yes.
Yes. I actually only remember this because it was like a big part of like the promos that they show, like for the show, and like one of the clips would just be him rolling up his like trouser leg, and you see the light up socks. So that's how I remember that. Yeah,
well, I think that's in the title sequence as well. So I mean, I guess Alex skips that. Like he also skips the full episodes, but.
Well, you get the skip intro bit when you go onto Amazon Prime nowadays, so that's why I don't know.
You're a modern man, a man of convenience, I get it.
But the
the
burning question that I want to be answered, Revan, is what socks have you got on?
What socks have I got on? That's a great question, Alex. I'm really glad you asked that. Left foot, we're dealing with a Christmas elf. Okay, so we've got the little printed on sleigh bell tassels. We've got the little belt buckle, and we're seeing a kind of a green, white, alternating stripe pattern take place, and of course you have the trademark black soul patch at the bottom. I'm not talking about facial hair there, I'm literally talking about the black soul patch that you'll frequently see on most socks. On the right sock, we've got, this is a fun one, guys, it's just loads of burgers.
Love it.
Okay.
Cool. So, Tom, what kind of socks have you got on?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm looking down on my feet, and they're completely bare, much to Dan Schneider's. He's loving it. I wish I could say that I was wearing socks right now, but they're out there. They're breathing, and that's how it should be, in my opinion. But not in people's faces.
Yeah,
Not in
free the
people's
toes.
faces. That's disgusting. Free
Love
the
it.
toes.
Free the toes. Free the toes.
Well, with that, surely now you have your own entry on Wiki Feet, right?
Yeah, I've been trying to get it taken down. They keep saying that I'm a size 5, but I'm actually a size 9. I don't know why they keep saying that my feet are small. I don't know what they're trying to imply here, but it's kind of messed up.
That's not so nice. Alex, what about you?
So on the left foot, I have like a dark green with pink stripes going around it, with 2 holes at the toes and a
No, wait. That is a horrible colour scheme right there, and the holes. That's the most disgusting image I've ever had.
So, okay, I've got 2 holes at the toes. One of them is currently poking out.
For ease of access,
Yep.
of course.
And on the heel, there's a hole as well.
Oh my god.
And on the right foot, I'll let you both try and guess what I have on the right foot.
Wow, Tom, you have a little guess.
I'm thinking it's like a penguin design, and the mouth of the sock is like replicating the mouth of a penguin's beak, and then the end part is like the flippers. Yeah, that's my guess.
That's cute. Yeah, I'll
That's
go
a
with
good
that.
guess.
Mm-hmm.
So, actually, I've gone with the no socks. I've got 1 sock on and 1 sock off.
Oh my god!
That is the worst outcome. That's the worst.
This guy's a wild card all around. I mean, when Revan told me this was happening, I didn't know what to expect, but I certainly did not expect this. This is mental.
I'm a strong believer in 1 sock on, 1 sock off.
Yeah, you're in your own home. Fair enough. Let those hogs breathe, or just 1, or 1.5.
We got the whole spectrum sock wearing. My God.
Fans are loving
Yeah.
it. All right, this is a question, but it also comes with a fun little statistic for you guys at the end. What weapon is Sam famous for popularizing?
Ooh. I feel like I should know this, but I'm just gonna say this.
Okay, yeah. Alex, cast your mind to the small sample of episodes you've seen. Okay, all right, yeah. So Alex has gone with a Fortnite shotgun.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Is that a tactical or a pump?
That's the one, tactical shotgun.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah, tack. Good old tack. I mean, iCarly, in all of its iterations, predates Fortnite, so you can definitely see some inspiration with the arsenal of weapons that you see in the game. Bit of iCarly influence. Tom's gone with samurai sword, which again, I can definitely see that. Of course, we all know they went to Japan. Sam was briefly sort of hooked up with the Yakuza.
Yep.
Do you want the correct answer? I feel like I know the correct answer.
If you got it. Yeah.
Is it nunchucks?
No. What a disappointment.
Got excited then.
No, it was actually cold, very, very cold butter in a sock.
Oh yeah, okay, I remember that now. Yeah.
I mean, that's just psychotic.
Classic.
What does it say in your little psychology books about that?
It says, a man with conviction is a man to change, sorry. Yeah, that's what it says.
A man to change. Okay.
Yeah, a man with conviction is a hard man to change. That's what it says.
Well, there you go. That's Sam. That's Sam all over, isn't
Yep.
it? A lady with conviction. And just a little fact here. Butter in sock attacks went up in major US cities 40% since iCarly aired.
What the hell?
Yeah, and that's true. You guys can look that up.
I feel like we need to experiment with this butter in a sock, Revan. So would you mind if I put a butter in
really?
a sock and hit you?
Well, that's the whole reason why I didn't want you actually here recording with me, because I knew you'd hear that. You'd run right down into the pantry or the fridge, because of course it's got to be cold. We don't want sloppy butter. That would be, I don't know if that would be better or worse. Probably
It'd be a messy
better
nightmare.
at the time. but after it'd be a lot worse.
Well, sorry to get political here, guys, but I mean, I'm kind of sick of like, I think we should just have butter and sock reform. I think it's like silly, this whole 42nd Amendment thing, whereas gave US citizens the right to bear butter in socks. It's just, I mean, I don't want to get political, obviously, but I just think we need common sense butter and sock laws in place. It just doesn't make sense because people can run rampant with these socks, and butters is so freely available, and they can do whatever they want. It's sickening.
But Tom, I mean, that's kind of, I don't know. I don't want to get political, but personally, I think that's a little naive because, I mean, butter is, as we know, is part of many dishes. It can be savoury, it can be sweet. If you take butter out of the homes, and of course, like, socks, they're important too. Well, maybe just one. Maybe that's what Alex is doing with his other sock. He's already got one. I was going to say,
I'm always prepared.
Yeah.
But I don't go with butter, I go with margarine. It's...
Oh, okay.
You get a better swing on it, so it's more velocity when hitting the side of someone's cheek.
You're just putting like an actual just tub of margarine.
Yes,
okay.
Including the tub as well. I don't take it out of the tub. I leave the tub.
Yeah, well, you don't need to keep that cold, and you could put anything in that tub. It doesn't actually have to be margarine.
Yeah, but I put margarine in the tub because after I've done swinging it, I can then make a nice sandwich.
Well, you didn't put margarine in the tub. It's probably already there. But I'm just saying, if you wanted to take out the margarine, put something else in, something a bit denser, you could.
A bit denser. You're crossing a line here, Evan.
Well, okay, look, I'm just saying, socks, they're an integral part of anyone's homestead, as is butter. I think it's just naive to think that that's possible.
Well, I just think it's important to do background checks to, you can get like a butter and sock license, when you go to the store. I think that's important. I mean, what am I supposed to do against someone with a butter and a sock? I have my handgun in my pocket, and I'm useless. I'm a sitting duck against these butter and socks. It's like, I mean, they're taking our rights away, and it's just, it's goddamn sickening. We need to control this so we can fix this epidemic.
In the time it would take someone to load and pull the trigger on a Smith & Wesson 33 milligram, let's just say that, gun, you could have hit someone round the face 9 times with a butter and a sock. And that's
a Lurpak is so deadly.
A Lurpak, fuck me, yeah.
Yeah.
Or an Aldi Norpak,
Okay. Yeah, that's the tough one. Those are the tough ones, yeah.
All right, well, I think it was educational. It nearly tore us apart, but, it is what it is. The next question, bit of a music one for you guys, for you music buffs out there. Which of these 4 bands appeared on the show? Could be more than one. Was it A, One Direction, B, Nickelback, C, the Plain White T's, or D, Blink 182?
Ooh. Sorry, I'm just getting a bit creative with my answer.
Okay, well, Alex has just put OD, so I hope he's okay.
It's a cry for help, okay?
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, no. Well, to be fair, look, that is actually right, because I think we're all so used to just seeing the numerical digit 1 followed by the D, but Alex has actually gone with the alphabetical digit O for 1 and D, which, to be honest, like, that's nice to see. That's quite refreshing. Yeah, so I guess, well, for this one, guys, I'm going to be giving 2 points away. If it's fully correct, I'll give it 1 for 1, that, etc. You get it. You guys are smart guys, so I don't need to explain myself. Yeah, so Alex, you put 1D, you put Blink 182, you also put Oasis, and also the British band The Streets. A bit of a throwback there with The Streets. I'm just trying to imagine, do you think Freddie would be a Streets fan?
Oh, 100%. Without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah, he's a big fan of that kind of, English street level perspective, kind of rough around the edges. I mean, that's Freddie Benson all over, so I like that. It's wrong, but I like it. Tom, you've disappeared, but I do remember what you said. Oh yeah, you said A and C, so that is of course One Direction and the Plain White T's of Hey There Delilah fame. And you've also been a bit cheeky, it won't get you an extra point, I'm afraid, and put Carly Rae Jepsen.
I'm just saying, even if she wasn't on the show, she deserves to be, and I've said it multiple times, she should have re-recorded the opening titles like she did for Fuller House, and because, as we all know, her Emotion record from 2015, incredible, a 10 out of 10 album, she should be in the wider mainstream. So yeah, there you go.
That's true. It's a convincing pitch, but yeah, it won't get you any extra points, I'm afraid. But I could see it. You do bag 2 points there for getting the actual answers correct. Alex, you get 1, and you also just put in another option of the Friendly Men, which of course refers to our ill-fated high school a cappella group that we briefly formed and performed one show. Fans still exist.
We also did one photo shoot as well.
We did, and that was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun doing it, and we'd love to get back together. But unfortunately, a little bit of fallout there with the band, and also just sort of discrepancies in the actual direction of the band, and the fact that we were only ever covering. We were also a cover band as well, so not really. Yeah, I don't know.
And
it was fun.
Only one member of the band could play an instrument as well. That was always an awkward aspect.
Well, that's. I mean, yeah, you probably can play the most. You're pretty good at acoustic guitar. I'll give you that.
Oh no, I was going to go with the bongos, mate.
Yeah, well, like I said, it's a backing track, so. All right, next question. Who played an iCarly superfan? Again, this is multiple points are up for grabs here. Was it A, Mickey Rourke, B, Brendan Fraser, C, Emma Stone, or D, Angela Lansbury?
Is this a multi-tier, or is this just a one answer?
This is actually surprisingly a multi-tier situation.
Wow. Okay.
I feel like I've got this one.
Well, statistically, yeah, you've gone for a good tactic there by just saying all of them.
Yep. So I can't be wrong, can I? So should I just accept the point now, or do I do a little spiel, then I'll accept the point?
Well, Alex, you're actually disqualified from this question because all of them's not actually an option. So
You said there could be multiple.
I said there could be multiple, but I didn't say all.
But I think this is biased. So,
Alex, tell me truthfully who you think it was.
Emma Stone.
Yeah, okay. You get a point. You get a point. Tom has said B and C, and that's actually correct because, as we all know, in the 70s series Oh Carla, which ran for 12 seasons, so we watched the characters go, like, really age up, Brendan Fraser played Freddie's son in 4 episodes.
It was a bit of a Jetsons situation where they kind of fast-forwarded to the future, and it looked, exactly like the Jetsons. It was pretty cool.
It was a great season, but it got cancelled, so clearly Brendan Fraser's career was on tenterhooks there for a minute, but he rebounded, and we love him for it. Okay, well, at the moment, guys, the scores are, we got 8 for Tom, and we got 7.3 for Alex, so it's looking good. It's neck and neck.
Wow, I've snuck back up.
Question, it says it's question 13, but I know that's wrong. Spencer went to college to train to be a what?
I feel like this is a trick question.
Oh, and sorry, actually, Tom, you did suggest Shia LaBeouf as being one of the crazy fans.
Yeah.
Which...
That was pre him getting cancelled.
Yeah, he's not invited back, I don't think. And he's not invited on this podcast either.
Absolutely not.
Just set the record straight on that.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to say it because it's, it was something that happened, but obviously, we want to stay away completely from that man. No, thank you.
No, thanks. Alex, you've put chef. I could see it. He does make, of course, great food.
I've also added a little bit extra.
Oh, chef, so he can work alongside Guy Fieri, his ideal. His idol.
I was rushing.
Yeah.
I was rushing.
Yeah, that makes sense. I think they could, the spin-off series with those two would be good. Electrician!
Hey?
Tom said electrician.
Yeah.
Of course, Tom, you've actually got experience with this. You were a gaffer, I believe, in a few student productions.
Yeah, I was a bit of a gaffer. It was not that too big of a deal. Yeah, I was pretty big shit, to be honest, because I'm pretty experienced in that field.
The big shit.
The big shit. All these students kind of like trying to fumble around and figure out this thing, but I'm like, I get on set, I know what I'm doing, I have coffee for everyone, I just want to wake up so early so I can get everyone nice and settled, but I don't want to brag about it too much, but it's a big deal.
Yeah,
that's all I'm going to say.
It's a big deal. No, rightfully so. You deserve to be praised for that. No one takes the point for that, I'm afraid. No one takes the point. The correct answer was lawyer, I think. I'm actually not too sure.
What the fuck?
What
are you talking about? You made the questions. I mean,
it's either doctor or lawyer.
It's lawyer.
I think it's lawyer. Yeah, pretty sure it's lawyer.
Oh my god. Fun fact on Guy Fieri. His name is actually pronounced Guy Fieri. For those who didn't know that.
Oh, Fieri.
Fieri.
Like the way that rolls off the tongue. And I'm fancying Italian tonight. What are you guys having? Or what did you
I believe he was famous for his Mexican food, wasn't he?
Was he?
I believe he was more of a Mexican style
Okay.
instead of Italian.
I went to his restaurant in New York. Not to brag. When I was a big gaffer boy, back in the 80s, I went to his restaurant. He welcomed us in. We had this big plate of nachos, and it was like, honestly, just like ludicrous. We ate like 10% of the nachos, and it was just like, it was too much. It was way too much.
I can imagine that. I can see. I know just the look in your eye. It's that now we're talking look that Tom famously does, and yeah, sounds good. Alex, here's a question just for you. Just for you, Alex. Who was Tom a massive simp for? A. Daisy Ridley. B. Emma Stone, or C. Carly Rae Jepsen, or D. All of the above.
All of the above.
Yeah, that's right.
All of the above. He's already stated his love for Daisy Ridley, and he's already mentioned Carly Rae Jepsen, so I had to go.
The funny thing about this question is that I put it in just at the end so that you could glean a bit more about Tom. But the thing about Tom is that like he'll just tell you that immediately.
Or you'll look over my shoulder while I'm WhatsApping people, and you'll see my Daisy Ridley The Force Awakens wallpaper. I've changed that since. I've changed it. But
And I also find it hilarious that you actually have already mentioned another person who I'd forgotten to even include, and that is, of course, Debbie Ryan.
oh my god, there's too many. I'm sorry, guys. This is really embarrassing. I mean, for all the listeners out there, like, I apologize for being a simp on main, but this is just who I am. I'm sorry. But yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
All top-notch people.
Well, yeah, so I think you got that right. I don't know if I've added that into the tally, though, or not.
Oh, of course I haven't.
I don't think I did. Because, okay, now, Alex, you're actually leading with 8.3 to Tom's 8.
Ooh, point for your head.
Fuck? Alex was criticizing the points earlier, but now it's to his advantage at this point. Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
I completely agree with him now. It's a very good choice, Ben. Well done.
Well, because of that, I'm actually going to have to take out another question that was geared to Alex about Stargate, because he doesn't need it, quite frankly.
Whoa, you can't take out the one subject I'm like expert on.
It was actually a question for both of you, but obviously, you know, Alex is biased towards him. So, a final question, guys. Who does Miranda Cosgrove, and when I say Miranda Cosgrove, I'm not talking about the actor, I'm talking about the artist. Who does Miranda Cosgrove, the artist, cite as her musical influences? I mean, if you've ever listened to any of her music, this is obvious.
When you said Miranda Cosgrove, the artist, I thought there was going to be like another woman called Miranda Cosgrove who was like a painter or something, and she like had something to say about the iCarly show, but
I'm sure, you know what, I'm sure that there probably is a Miranda Cosgrove who's like a humble artist out there, just, you know, plodding along, waiting for her big moment, but that moment's not now. We're talking about, you know, the same old Miranda Cosgrove who we all bloody keep hearing about, that one.
Classic.
You can say more than one here.
Yeah, I've got a couple on the docket.
Yep, there we go.
Okay, alright. Very, very interesting ones here. Okay, Alex has taken it definitely in a certain direction. Tom's taken it in a very eclectic direction. And you guys can sort of explain your choices here when I go through them. Alex, I'll go with you first. So you've gone with Hannah Montana. So that's the fictional character, not actually Miley Cyrus. Billy Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Probably Billy Ray Cyrus. Josh Turner. Don't know who that is. Charlie... Charlie, I know I've heard this guy's name, but I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Charlie Puth.
Charlie Puth.
Stormzy and Dave,
Yeah.
who I know you're a big fan of Dave. Do you want to go through that?
So, Hannah Montana, because I believe that when she was growing up, she used to watch this show and then used her as inspiration for her music.
That's fair.
Billy Ray Cyrus, because obviously he's everyone's inspiration. You can't fault him for anything he does. Josh Turner, that's my serious answer. He's like a country singer, and I've got a feeling that Miranda Cosgrove is very country. Charlie Puth,
Oh, that's interesting.
just in case she's kind of poppy.
I just want to say, Alex, you've just triggered something there. Fun fact, Jeanette McCurdy released her solo Enter Date Only album back in around 2009, and it was a country album. So this, I think if we were talking about Jeanette, you'd be raking in gold right now.
Okay, so that's where.
But sadly, the album didn't chart on any major chart. So
Jeez.
So then Charlie Puth.
she's actually dumped from her label just after. Sorry.
Yeah, so Charlie Puth, because he's like Poppy, and just in case you went
Yeah.
down the Poppy route. Stormzy and
Yeah.
Dave, just in case Miranda Cosgrove spits fire bars. You never know. I've not heard her music,
You just don't.
so
No?
she could fit absolute fire bars. You never know.
Yeah. No, I like it. There's a lot of good thinking there. I think, well, sort of along the right lines, but sadly, no cigar and just basically any of those. Tom, you've gone with Pink Floyd, N.W.A., Killer Mike, The Beach Boys, Weird Al, and Jonas Blue.
Yeah, a bit of a wild lineup, but I guess I can explain this going forward. So Pink Floyd, obviously, audibly, sonically, this is a major influence on her music because it's very there's an underlying tone of sort of introspection that Carly goes through. Miranda goes through with her music. I've got Carly Rae on the brain. So that's where that comes from. NWA, obviously Ice Cube, I believe he was a producer on Miranda's debut studio album Sparks Fly. So
those are big sounds on that record, and we know NWA famous for that. Dr. Dre, all those boys, big sounds.
Exactly, and Ice Cube really fostered that in Miranda, I think. Killer Mike, obviously of RTJ fame. I think she's kind of taken sort of the political aspects of some of his loaded lyrics and kind of infused that subtly, albeit into her music. The Beach Boys, just classic fun times, so kind of bringing that kind of energy to her music too. Weird Al, bit of a parodic style in some of her tracks that she goes for. Kissin' You has a bit of a flair in that regard. And then finally Jonas Blue famously was going to include her on the track Perfect Strangers, but that didn't go through. But they're still friends and influence each other in many ways. So yeah.
Okay, I like that. The only thing I'd say there, Tom, is that I think you brought up Killer Mike, who is known for a bit of maybe political introspection. If you listen to the lyrics of Leave It All to Me, she's talking about the nation as a whole, clearly a patriot. Possibly maybe that leans right. I don't know. Killer Mike, I'm not really sure if he's up for those ideals. So that's actually a really stupid, dumb suggestion.
Well, you know what? Fuck you, man. I mean, I'm trying my goddamn best out here. I'm sweating. I'm dying.
No, I love it. We love Killer Mike. Hope he's doing well. The other ones I like. Yeah, I like Beach Boys, bit of fun, and you actually cited like specific examples. So you're actually a fan of Miranda's music?
I've dipped my toes into her catalog, if you will. I'm not as well versed as I am on the show as a whole, obviously. But yeah, I'd say I'm a fan of Miranda Cosgrove's discography.
Okay, that's cool. Well, there's only one album, so which we're still waiting for that follow up. I mean, the tour I was reading about, she actually went on tour. I think she sold out one show in LA. Pretty good numbers everywhere else, but they had to cancel it because the tour, they did actually get in a tour bus crash and she broke her ankle. So I can see why that might put you off. But Miranda's a good performer. I mean, we won't take that away from her at all. We're School of Rock. We do love Miranda on the show. So there you go. Well, guys, none of that's right.
Wait, you serious? Not even one?
Yeah. No, not even one. I think not
even Stormzy?
Tom, you kind of not even Stormzy. Shockingly, that all the music that Miranda's made, which predates Stormzy's career.
Wouldn't say it predates Stormzy.
Well, I don't know. I mean, unless Miranda was deep in the roots of the grime scene in its infancy. I don't know.
I'm going to have to fact check that.
Miranda, she's a rock and roll girl, a bit folksy. She's gone with the Rolling Stones, Aerosmith, and Tom Petty. Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers.
I was pretty sure that Miranda was part of BBK, but I guess she's not. So
No.
This is really this is shocking my world right now.
So there you have it, guys. That's I think that was question 19. We skipped another Stargate one because I don't really want to give Alex a satisfaction.
I mean, you can't skip the Stargate question.
I've deleted it, mate. I can't even see it. Couldn't even see it if I wanted to.
That's just offensive on so many levels. I'm going to have to read 3 more pages of my psychology book just to get over this.
Yeah, well, that's why you got them there, right?
Yep. That's why I've got all these quotes in front of me.
Okay, well, guys, as it stands, the scores after 19 and maybe other questions, I don't know. We've got Tom with 8, pretty respectable, and we've got Alex with 8.3.
Yes, there we go.
Oh my god.
That 0.3 comes in handy. I knew that was a good idea, Revan. I backed you all the way.
All the way 100%. I appreciate that.
100%.
I'm
So,
pissed.
um,
I'm pissed.
yeah.
I'm fucking pissed, if I'm honest. Fucking hell, man. I studied so hard for this quiz. I watched all of Stargate for this quiz. Like, you gave me an insider tip. You were like, don't worry, man, I've got you covered. I'm going to include all these Stargate ones that you'll know, but that Alex purposely doesn't. So I watched all of Stargate. Yeah. You fucked me. Basically, you fucked me.
Well, you didn't see any of the Jason Momoa episodes, so I think that was your undoing there.
I mean, that's...
You sent me a Google Drive link, and I guess you must have purposely left out the Jason Momoa episodes, and that's why I don't remember them.
I just need to state that the Jason Momoa is in every episode from season 2, episode 3, so he must have just watched the first season then. So please don't come to me.
That's why I was so confused, because Revan had sent over so few episodes. I was like, what's going on here? Surely there's more episodes than this. And you're like, nah, man, Wikipedia's wrong. This is the only one. And
Well, look, all I'm going to say is I've exposed both of you for having severe gaps in things that you both claim to be big fans of. So
My knowledge is 0.3 more.
yeah, I think you guys can leave here today as equals. There's no true victor.
I mean,
here.
you say equals 0.3 head. It still counts.
Well, but you know what I mean. It's quite relative. If you were to like round down, it would be equal.
Oh, but we don't round. That's the issue. 0.3, like you stated, is very important. So back in your point.
It just depends. It just depends if Tom can handle it. That's all. That's all I'm worried about.
I'm just worried about who gets the V-Bucks.
Well, I actually just found out that like you can't actually just like gift people. Well, I don't know. Maybe you can, but I can't really be bothered to do that. So
You can buy-
we're gonna leave that for now.
Are you serious?
Oh, what? I came on this show, worked my socks off, well, one of my socks, just to win to get these V-Bucks. I don't even get the V-Bucks.
Well, we'll see. It's all tied up.
This is outrageous.
I think our financial advisor he's looked at our numbers, and it doesn't add up. It just doesn't add up.
Yeah, but I mean, we've got Tito Industries' best accountants on the job, so
Our expenses are through the goddamn roof, mate. I mean, I'm just looking at the Excel spreadsheet right now, and it says that you spent like £240.48 on V-Bucks. I mean, that's like, I don't know, like 1 million V-Bucks. Surely you can spare a couple to us fellas, right? I mean,
the thing is about that is that the timing of this episode also coincides with the Ariana Grande skin being released on the store. Plus you got a Bloodsport skin from Suicide Squad that looks really good. Quite excited for that one. I've got like so many young cousins and things like that, and they want the V-Bucks, so they've got access to my account. They're bleeding me dry, so it's just first come first serve. Yeah, we'll see, guys, if there's any left.
Well, there best be some left. Well, because everyone's going back to school now, so they should stop spending those V-Bucks, so send them my way.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, I think that about wraps up the Shiny episodes trivia head-to-head battle. I've had a lot of fun. I think you guys have learnt a lot about each other, wouldn't you say?
I'd agree. I would.
Yeah, definitely.
100% agree.
Yeah. And maybe we can all go for a groovy smoothie one time. How about that?
I'd love a groovy smoothie.
Yep. I'll contact Tebow's actor, and he can whip us something that's up nice, and yeah, it'll be a grand old time.
I can't wait.
Well, I hope you guys enjoyed that last segment. I don't really know what it was, but guess we got to get into the review portion of the episode, and I think that's something Revan and I wanted to talk about with you guys because, like, I'm going to be honest, Revan's not in the room right now, but I'm at the end of my goddamn rope, guys. My job has been kicking my ass, and my wife is just in my goddamn ear every evening, my son, he keeps trying to get in my Lego every time that I buy a new set, just to get some sort of happiness, and it's just I'm sick of it. And the fact that I get home, I have to deal with all this stuff, and to turn on another iCarly episode, it's grueling. It's grueling. I'm not gonna lie, but you know what? I think Revan at this time is he's watching the last 2 episodes as we speak, so I'm gonna give him a call. And if he's doing that, if he's doing the courtesy of delivering these reviews for you guys, then I guess I should do the same. But I'm just gonna call him, and we're gonna suss this out together. Ring, 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 ring. Hey Revan, how's it going?
Oh, hi Tom, how are you?
Yeah, not gonna lie, pretty shit, but just want to check in and see how you're doing with the iCarly episodes.
You left your room at home a bit of a mess, and I paid for it and everything like that, and came back, graphic novels everywhere, Lego everywhere, pictures everywhere. It's horrible. So I've just been, I was just trying to tidy that up, just feeding myself as well in the process.
Right. Yeah. I just don't know if I'm prepared to keep going. I mean, I know fucking Steve has been on our ass.
Yeah.
I haven't checked recently if he's come back again. He's probably gonna be demanding these last 2 episodes.
To be honest with you, like, just fuck off. Do you know what I mean? I don't care. I don't care what he has to say. I don't care about the threats. I don't care about the emails. Quite frankly, I don't care about any of the fans at all, because this fucking show is making my life a living, breathing hell.
Yeah. Yeah, you're telling me,
because
buddy.
like you were saying the other day, you have a select few hours of the day free when you're not working, you're not slugging your guts out to the man. You want to divide your time. You want to look back on your life and think, okay, well, I made time for myself. I had a laugh with my mates. I had a giggle, and I spent time with my loved ones, and I watched good quality TV. I mean, we live in the golden era of television, and this is what we did. This is what we decided to do with our time.
Yeah. It's honestly just a mistake on our part, an oversight for sure. I mean, I'm watching, since kind of divorcing myself from the iCarly fan base, the everything related to it. My life's been, at least 10% better. I'd say. We were fools.
And this is a message to anyone who's still listening. Wake up, okay? It's not a good show. Because, okay, let's just pretend that we did watch episodes 12 and 13. Should we just do a little rundown of what that review would probably sound like? Should we just
let's go.
Because we don't even need to watch them, okay?
So
this episode, they fucked off to an island in the middle of the sea, and there was a bunch of random new characters introduced, and they're all just kind of saying buzzwords. They're just talking in tweets, and it's all very funny because we're all supposed to be aware of these things and these expressions. But guess what? It's not iCarly. It's not really the DNA. There's the Schneider touch. It's gone. It doesn't matter. What did you think?
Yeah, it's it's pretty much exactly the same as all the other episodes we've seen this season. It's pretty derivative of many other things, but not in a good way. It doesn't make use of the format in any meaningful way and could be utilized to a fuller extent. There are no stakes, even though there's a bit of serialization here and there, which doesn't amount to anything. But yeah, just really not looking forward to returning for it. So, and that's basically every episode of this past season. Maybe there's been some episodes that have been better than others relatively, but reality is they're all about the same, really, aren't they?
Well, this is the problem. We've been judging the episodes relative to each other, so on that basis, episode 4, it could be a 4 out of 5. But it's not really. None of these episodes, in the grand scheme of things, are scraping any higher than a 3, maybe. But guess what? I heard on the grapevine, on the iCarly grapevine, that they used the full theme song in the last episode. So does that make it all worth it? Maybe.
My question for that is it the Drake Bell version, or is it still the one where he's removed?
I think he's walking away scot-free, so he's still intact.
Fuck.
But is the fandom intact?
It's frankly destroyed, if you ask me. Like, I don't know, man.
Just to wrap it up, I'm going to say, it sucked. Was it a waste of time? No, because I believe we grew as people.
Yeah.
And I believe our audience did. And if we were a small part of that, well, that's one achievement. And you know what? There were some laughs along the way, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about specifically... obviously, laughs abound in this show. We love it, but the actual show itself, I'm trying to actually think of that, and I'm coming up short there. But I'm sure if I went to listen to the episodes again, I'm sure I would find the moments. So memorable, maybe not. But I'm thrilled to announce that the show doesn't really die, because we will be back maybe next week, maybe in a month, maybe in 2 months, hopefully next week or a month, and we'll be talking about the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
Yep, that's right. You heard it here first. It's exclusive. If you listened all the way to the end, that's what we're going to be doing. And you know what? Just to give you some backstory, watching the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles on my phone in a Shake Shack just after I've seen Dune for the second time, after the first time I threw up everywhere because of a stomach bug possibly caused by my work, caused me a lot of stress.
Yep.
Doing all of that was infinitesimally more enjoyable than watching the entirety of this iCarly show. And just from that, I can already tell this is going to be a banger follow-up.
Yeah, absolutely.
So strap in and hold onto your butts, because this is going to be fun, and we can't wait for you guys to experience this audio project.
Yeah, and I want, the record to show that, when you did watch it, you sent me a Snapchat, I believe, and it was just you in a food court. It was just a lovely selfie, just smiling directly into the front-facing lens. No caption. No caption was needed, and I just knew that everything was going to be okay.
Yeah, exactly. In that picture, I had chocolate milkshake all over my face, but
nothing could have ruined that jubilant smile. That
absolutely.
Watching, like you said, 90 minutes of bookend scenes of an elderly Indiana Jones that were actually cut from subsequent releases because they were deemed to be, I guess, shit. But we'll talk about it. We're not doing a whole podcast about that. Each week it's going to be a little something that's shaped me or Tom or one of our guests during childhood. It's not necessarily going to be about kid stuff. It could be anything. We don't know what it's going to be called, but we do know we're going to have a lot of fun.
Exactly. We hope you'll join us along for the ride. And
yes.
Even though we're burning this place to the ground, be sure to rate it 5 stars on the various platforms that we've released this on. We do appreciate that, even though this is going to be destroyed probably. And if you do have a final goodbye to this or a farewell that you want to send over to tomandrevan@gmail.com, and the mailbox will be it will be culled, but before that culling happens, maybe get something in.
Real talk, sis. Just the fact that anyone was listening to this, well, that's just a beautiful thing, and I thank every one of you, every single one of you. You've made the show.
Absolutely.
But not my mum, because she this is the thing. My mum would never listen to this because she just couldn't bring herself to, because she hates the thought of iCarly.
Yeah, true. I mean, my whole family would always complain about the screaming, and I don't think they would of iCarly, obviously, and I don't think they could bring themselves to listen to our podcast about iCarly. But
to be honest, this podcast could have been an act of rebellion on my part, because I never said this, but I distinctly remember that when I was a kid and I used to watch the show, or any plethora of live action Disney shows, if I was watching that downstairs and my mum came in, she would just look at me with utter revulsion and disappointment, and I had to wean myself off this content because I knew that it wasn't okay. I stopped watching this kind of stuff maybe a bit younger than I needed to, because I couldn't face the judgment from my parents, and now I'm doing that again in my early 20s. I mean, what's that all about?
Exactly. What are we doing?
So on that note, thanks guys. See ya when we see you.
See you when we see you.
Sing us out, Tito.
Change your mind. These things happen all the time. So real. I'm telling you just how I feel. So wake up in members of our nation. It's your time to be. There's no chance unless you take.